Majesty, Your Royal Highness, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the President of the Atlantic Salmon Trust, Earl Percy.
Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zion and thank you for coming tonight. For those of you who know me or have ever had the dubious pleasure of my company at dinner, you'll be aware that after a few glasses of wine, I tend to start earnestly rambling about the plight of our salmon and must be continuously reminded by friends and family that some people might find this a little boring. Apparently, post-smolt migratory patterns are not a suitable conversation topic for a first date either, which now that I think about it starts to make sense. You'll be pleased to hear, therefore, that tonight I'm handing over that responsibility to someone far more qualified and articulate than myself. I would, though, like to say a few brief thank yous before I hand over. Firstly, I'd like to thank our patron, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, for joining us this evening. Your Royal Highness's passion for the cause and phenomenal support you give to this organisation goes above and beyond the traditional role of patron, and we're incredibly grateful. We're also extremely privileged to have with us this evening His Majesty the King of Norway, who joined us earlier today for our scientific symposium. Can I start by thanking His Majesty for not continuously reminding us how much more prodigious salmon fishing is in his country than it is in ours? But Your Majesty's presence here reminds us that although the AST is a UK-based organisation, the preservation of the Atlantic salmon is a pan-Atlantic endeavour. This magnificent species has a profound impact economically and culturally to a whole host of countries across the North Atlantic, including both of our own. And any work that is done to help promote and preserve them will have so much more impact if done in partnership and cooperation with all North Atlantic stakeholders. We therefore wholeheartedly welcome Your Majesty's involvement and enthusiasm. My last thank you is to the Grosvenor family. The late Duke of Westminster, my predecessor as president, was a conservationist in the truest sense of the word. His support for the AST, both financially and practically, has left a strong legacy, and I'm in no doubt there are a few more salmon in our rivers because of him. My only hesitation with accepting the presidency of this great organisation was the thought of having to fill Gerald's shoes. But if I can be half as useful to the charity as he was, I'll feel that Robbie and his team would have been vindicated in what many, I'm sure, see as a slightly risky choice of president. So all that remains for me to say is that I hope you enjoyed this evening, and I'd like to welcome His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales to say a few words.